All right, let's talk about burns. We've all been there, right? That moment of sheer panic. But what if I told you a little bit of know-how could change everything? In this explainer, we're going to flip the script, turn that panic into preparedness, one simple step at a time. Think about it for a second. That hot pan handle, that splash of boiling coffee, or, that really, really bad sunburn. In that split second of pain, do you really know what to do next? Because let me tell you, getting that first move right can make all the difference in how you heal.
So before we can treat a burn right, we've got to understand what's actually going on under the surface. It's not just a simple case of, ouch, that's hot. There's a lot more to it.
Okay, so a great way to think about a burn is like a bullseye. This is what doctors call Jackson's model. Right in the middle, you have the zone of coagulation. That's ground zero. The damage there is pretty much done. But that next ring out, the zone of stasis, well, that's the real battleground. Circulation has slowed way down, but the tissue is still salvageable. This is where your quick actions can be a total game changer. And that outer ring, the zone of hyperemia, that part's going to be just fine.
And, a burn isn't just a burn. They come in a few different flavors. You've got your thermal burns, the classic ones from heat. Then there are radiation burns, like from the sun. Electrical burns are tricky. They can be way deeper than they look. And of course, chemical burns from things like drain cleaner. Each one needs to be handled a little differently.
All right, so the burn happened. Now what? The absolute first question you need to ask is, how bad is it really? And trust me, it's not just about how much it hurts. We need to figure out the actual depth of the damage. So let's break this down. A first-degree burn, that's your typical pink, painful, no blister situation. A superficial second degree, though, now we're talking blisters, and yeah, it hurts a lot. But here's where it gets kind of weird. As you move to deep second and third degree burns, the skin can look waxy, white, or even charred. And here's the crazy part. It might not hurt at all. Now, you might think no pain, no problem, but it's the exact opposite. That's a huge red flag that the nerve endings are gone. Okay, so how do you quickly guess the size of a burn? This is such a cool and useful tip. You've got a measuring tool with you right now, your own hand. Just look at your palm, including your fingers. That area is about 1% of your total body surface. It's a super simple rule of thumb, and it's going to be really important in a minute, so remember that. Okay, this is it. This is probably the most important part of this whole explainer, your action plan. What you do in those first 20 minutes, well, it's everything. It's absolutely critical. You're going to want to follow these steps to the letter. First, obviously, stop the burning. Get away from the heat source. Next, and if you remember nothing else, remember this. Cool the burn under running tap water. And not for a few seconds, for a full 20 minutes. Seriously, set a timer. It has to be cool, not icy cold. This is the one thing that will literally stop the damage from spreading deeper. After that, get any jewelry or tight clothes off the area before it swells. Clean it super gently if you have to. And whatever you do, do not pop those blisters. They're like a perfect little sterile bandage from your own body.
All right, let's bust some myths, because some of the old wives' tales about burns are seriously dangerous. The only thing that should go on a fresh burn is cool, running water. Period. No ice. I repeat, no ice. It can actually make the damage worse. And for the love of all that is holy, please, no butter, no oil, no weird ointments. All that stuff does is trap the heat in and invite infection. Just stick to the basics, cool water and a clean dressing. Okay, you've done the immediate first aid. Awesome. But now you have to make a really important call. Is this something you can handle at home, or do you need to see a doctor? And this is not a time for guesswork. You need to know for sure.
So here are your red flags. Think of this as a non-negotiable checklist. If any of these are true, it's time to get medical help right away. Is the burn bigger than, say, 3 of your own palms? Go. Is it a deep second degree or third degree burn? Definitely go. Is it on your face, hands, feet, or over a major joint? Go. Was it caused by electricity or chemicals? Don't even hesitate. That's an emergency. And look out for signs of infection. Basically, when in doubt, get it checked out. This isn't the time to be a hero.
So, let's say the immediate crisis is over. You're treating the burn correctly. What happens next? What does the road to recovery actually look like? Well, it's a bit of a journey. For a minor burn, you can expect pain and redness for the first 48 hours or so. Then, during the first week, you'll probably see some peeling, maybe a blister or two. But then comes the itch. Around week 2 or 3, as that new skin is forming, it's gonna get itchy. And I mean really itchy. It's super annoying, I know, but it's actually a good thing. It means your nerves are healing and everything's working the way it should. So, how do you deal with that crazy itch? 2 words: moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. A simple, unscented lotion on that new skin is your best friend. And if it's driving you absolutely bonkers, especially when you're trying to sleep, a basic over-the-counter antihistamine can really help calm things down.
And this is a really important thing to remember for the long haul. Even when the burn looks like it's all healed up, it's not quite back to 100%. That new patch of skin is going to be super sensitive to sun, to heat, to cold, for as long as a year. So you got to treat it gently.
Which brings us to the final, crucial step: protection. That new skin is like a blank canvas, and the sun can easily cause permanent dark spots on it. So you absolutely have to be diligent about using a high SPF sunscreen on that area. It's the best way to prevent discoloration and help it heal beautifully.
So there you have it. We've walked through what a burn actually is, what to do in those critical first minutes, and what the healing journey looks like. It really all boils down to one simple idea. When you have knowledge, there's no room for panic. So now that you have the playbook, the only question left is, are you ready?